Okay, so I kind of like it when this comes up where there's really nothing new. This is just how to use everything together. So we've got these two different power rules. When we're multiplying where we are multiplying monomials, what do we do with the exponents? And where we take a monomial to an outside power, what do you do with the exponents? So my goal today is just to kind of put all this together in one package, wrap a bow on it, and see how you guys can do. So just to kind of summarize, here are your two basic rules. When you multiply monomials, okay, and both of these, you can really go back to the basics of what an exponent is, what it means. Have to excuse me here. So this x squared, that literally means you're multiplying two x's together. And then the x to the fourth power means that you're multiplying four more x's together. So what you're looking at for one combined expression, one simplified expression, you've got a base of x, and then your exponent is how many of those have been multiplied together. So the shortcut when you're multiplying monomials is that you add your exponents. Okay, I forgot my stylus, so I'm working with my finger today. You're going to have to excuse me for that. All right, the other rule that we have, the other power rule, when you take something that already has an exponent on it to a secondary power, how does that affect it? So if you look at this, the x to the fifth here, I'm sorry, the fifth power out here, it means that you're taking that x squared and multiplying it together 5 times. So I've got x to the second 5 times. Now each one of those x to the seconds is a pair of x's. So there's 2 x's here, 2 x's here, 2 x's here, 2 x's here, and finally 2 x's on the end. So again, you're wanting to write this as one simplified expression with one exponent. I've got a total of 10 x's being multiplied together here, so I can write that as x to the 10th power. So the rule was when you take a power to a power, you multiply exponents. Now you can memorize these little rules, or whenever you're working out one of these problems, just do what I did and kind of write it out expanded, see what you've got, and then shrink it back down and write it out simplified. Okay, so we've got both rules here. We've got something raised to a power, and then I'm multiplying some monomials together. So I would, on all of these, I would start inside the parentheses, see if there's anything you can do there, and then kind of work your way out. So the x times y, there's nothing to do there. So I'm going to take that to the fourth power. That's going to give me an x to the fourth, y to the fourth, and then that is being multiplied by 2y squared. So I've got this. I can kind of expand it all out, look at it, and then shrink it back down. There's no coefficient that's going to affect the 2. And then I've got an x to the fourth, y to the sixth. Please put your variables in alphabetical order. Okay, again, start with the parentheses. Take a look at that. X squared. So that's just the only thing in the parentheses. There's nothing there that I can combine. So I'm going to stay just with that. But I'm going to take that x to the second to the third power. Power to a power, you multiply. So that becomes x to the sixth power. And then I've still got 2x to the fourth, y squared. So now I'm going to put my x's together using the multiplication rule. So I'm going to add those. So 2x to the 10th. My zeros are looking like 6's, guys. I apologize. Y squared. All right, again, take a look at the parentheses. Start at the parentheses. X to the third squared. So that's a power to a power. So that's x to the sixth. And I've still got 2x to the fourth, y squared. Is that the same problem as the last one? Kind of, almost the same. The difference is that the cubed and the squared are flip-flopped, but the answer is the same. So 2x to the 10th, y squared. This is more like it. A little bit bigger challenge here. So I've got two different sets of parentheses. Each set of parentheses has their own exponent on it. So I'm going to take the set of parentheses and simplify that. And then I'm going to simplify the second one. And then I'm going to put it all together at the end. So 2 to the fourth power is 16. U to the second to the fourth is going to be U to the eighth. V to the 16th. My second set of parentheses, U to the fourth is going to be U to the 16th power. And then V to the third to the fourth is going to be V to the 12th. Okay, now I'm going to put my variables together. My final answer is going to have a 16 in it. And then I've got a U to the 24th power, 8 plus 16. And then V to the 28th power, 12 plus 16. Take your time on these. If you need to write these out and completely expand it, count everything up, and then put it back together, do that. It's worth a piece of scratch paper. Okay, I'm going to simplify the mess inside the parentheses and then take that to the fourth power. So I've got an x squared y cubed times 2yx to the third. So my coefficient comes first. Then I've got an x to the fifth, 2 plus 5, and then y to the fourth, 3 plus 1, and all of that is to the fourth power. So 2 to the fourth power is 16, x to the 20th, y to the 16th. Okay, power to power, you multiply. All right, this is for my in-class students so we can work out some together. Go back and watch these a couple of times if you need to. Please email me if you have questions, guys. Most of you are here in person. Come talk to me if you're watching this on Tuesday.